Hey, and welcome in. I'm Eleanor. Today's Pickacard tarot reading is to help us tune in and to hear what our hearts are trying to tell us. Sometimes it communicates in such subtle ways and it's easy to write it off and to ignore it, or life is just too noisy to hear it at all. Emotions are its language, but that's not always easy to decipher either, especially when it's a mix, not one pure emotion on full blast. So I have asked the cards to put it plainly for us today, for those of us who are still learning to listen, who haven't been fully taught or need confirmation of what we think it's saying. So if anything helps you here today, wonderful. Please let me know with a little like or a comment. I am trying to grow this channel to help more people. So stack 1, we have the bunny and the kind of blue stone. Stack 2, we have, there's a tree under here. See, it's kind of leading into a cave under the earth and the rose quartz. Stack 3, we have the lady looking at the glowing little spark there and this kind of teal stone. Their timestamp below, and let's get to it. Okay, stack 1. This card says, reconnect to Mother Nature's world of plenty and you shall receive a myriad of miracles. And you have that with innocence. And then you have strength. And the 10 of Wands. And the King of Wands. Okay. All right. The first two words I'm getting off of these are captivity and expectations, extremely high expectations, and also against my nature, like a factory farm. Like I'm getting the image of the emaciated cow from certain memes or political cartoons, like to illustrate the over milking of an intellectual commodity. It says, you've asked so much of me and not given me much, and I'm feeling too old too soon. I feel inner child stuff here, and I think you got to play outside a lot when you were a kid, and there's a deep lack of play and replenishment now. It's like it's been on its feet for a long time. It says, I want to serve, but I also want to play. I need joy to shine. I need joy to lead. So there's a t-shirt with my work with a bunny on it, and he has his spell all set up, and he's trying so hard, and it says, can't summon the strength to care. I thought of it because we have the bunny on this affirmation card with strength here. Anyway, it just illustrates emotional burnout. People might even start to notice a coldness or wish they could draw more compassion or empathy from you, but you're just tapped out. And you could hear yourself saying that a lot. I don't care. And it's probably not sitting well with you. You probably don't like it. And I think you're trying to feed it. You really want to. You mean to. But it's not the right formula. It's like synthetic. It's unnutritious. It's processed. More and more of the wrong input is never going to nourish it. So what little of the right stuff isn't being absorbed well because of rushing of some kind and trying to hurry a process that can only take place given enough time. I see expectations of perfection, of being over something that you might not be ready to be over, expectations that you mature or adult before it's time, asking too much too soon. Okay, I could think of 1,000 hungry, overtaxed metaphors all day, but what does it really need then? Okay, play for one. It's begging for you to lighten up, to slow down, and to create space. Excuse me. Also fresh air, outdoor time, in whatever setting that you resonate with. What held magic and mystery for you as a kid? I feel like you need to connect with that somehow. What's something that you don't know much about that can still surprise you? And also, what did you like to do when you were a kid? What did your play look like? Your play is directly linked to the kind of leader that you can be today. It's your innate gift, or at least one of them. So pushing and grinding isn't how you shine or lead, but nurturing whatever that form of play is. And here's the thing about rest, okay? It's not replenishing you just to be inactive. If your downtime happens under an overlay of guilt that you're not doing something else, then you are not being recharged by it. It's just draining you more. So instead of trying to continue to fight your nature and then try to appease it in some arbitrary or hollow way, Go back to the beginning, your favorite game, your favorite fantasy world, the types of toys you liked. What did you do when left to your own devices in the backyard or in the park? All of that is hungry. All of that got left behind in the pursuit of meeting expectations from others and yourself. All of that in you has to catch up. And when it does, meeting, rejecting, or exceeding expectations is going to be effortless. It'll be working with your nature instead of being worn out from constantly battling it. Okay, step one, I hope that helps. I hope that makes some sense, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you. Okay, step two. This card says, fill up from the healing waters of Mother Earth's sacred springs and connect to her heartbeat. Become as one energy. And you have that with dreams. And then you have the Ace of Cups, the World, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Wow, this one is just as powerful as the last one. So off the bat, I'm hearing cycles, ebb and flow, allow, and receive. And it's also asking for you to allow closure on something. And there's a strong mothering, remothering, or reparenting vibe from this. So I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles and connecting it to the become as one energy from the Avalon card. So there's a symbiosis, like mother and developing child in utero. And this cave-like image on the other side, you know, this cave going below the tree, kind of inviting you and calling you deep into the belly of the earth. I'm getting the lyrics from Sour Grapes by Pussifer here, and Maynard says, the angel of the Lord led me into the belly of the Holy Mother, a chamber black as pitch, but I felt no fear, only comfort. For I was as a child in the womb. And he goes on to say, righteous are those who seek the truth around them and discover that we are and have always been in paradise, the reflections of heaven on earth. We must look upon the heavens as a mirror, wide awake, aware, and deeply breathing. I will never forget those lyrics as long as I live. I love that song. I mean, the language is a little weird because he is mimicking like a Southern preacher, but that song, it sticks with me. And all of that is here. Anyway, I'm hearing that it wants to be a conduit of love, to flow freely with it, to give it, to receive it, but it has to be plugged in. It also says that your dreams are not arbitrary. Dreams as in aspirations, like they can't be usurped by what someone else dreams for your life. Your heart is asking you to take action towards them. And I'm hearing too, it's asking for you to take care of it as well as it takes care of you and everyone else. And oddly, I'm getting that literally, like as in heart health. And there's something about rhythm, and I feel like it's calling for dance or music, but also to honor its natural give and take rhythms, not to force it to give when it needs to receive, and not to hold it back when it wants to give. And it wants to tell you that love is as vital to its survival as blood, and it permeates everything. Literally everything you do is receptive to being a channel for it. So you complete a circuit when you draw on your dreams, channel love into the actions that you take towards them, and then open to receiving reciprocity. And it's asking to be hooked into the universal flow, to be a superconductor. Like the heart isn't a vessel. I mean, we always kind of talk about it that way, but it's a pump, and it pumps the energy of love between worlds, and it circulates. If the flow stops, it backs up and it stagnates. Its power is in movement and in transmission, in reciprocating current. It dies in isolation. This doesn't automatically mean exclusively between and among people. I mean, that's part of it, but it flows between you and nature, between you and yourself, you and your life, you and your actions, you and your dreams and visions, you and your body, you and your pets, you and your plants. If you feel stuck, it's because of vessel mentality, full or empty thinking versus circuit and flow mentality, unblocked movement or bottled up mentality. And you can get it moving again by diving deep into your waters to retrieve the dreams that you've thrown overboard. Bring them to the surface and integrate them into your life. And suddenly things feel unclogged again, because it's like a new pipeline between you and your divinity, between you and the wealth from which you sprang. I hope that makes some sense, pile 2, and gives you some clarity on what your heart is telling you. And I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you. Okay, stack 3. Your Avalon card says, the light that you are seeking is already within you. Follow those things that bring peace to your soul. And you have that with happiness. And you have the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. So it says, follow those things that bring peace to your soul. And that's exactly what the 6 of Swords is. It's moving towards peace. So coming after the 10 of Swords, first something has to end before you can go there, before you can do that. The 6 of Wands is external validation and visible success. And this says that the light is already inside. So I think your heart is asking you to be freed from some pursuit that is hurting it and to choose peace instead. And it says, please release me, I'm hearing. And it's asking for more small pleasures and small joys, and aesthetically pleasing environment, good tea, fabrics that feel good to you, colors that make you feel happy, quiet time to do what you love. It's asking for laughter, nourishing books or movies, walks, stargazing, cloud gazing, anything that can cheer you up in the moment, like the perfect song. It wants you to know that it feels strained from trying so hard. It wants to show you how it can glow and illuminate you when you choose joy. It's telling you that the smile you wear is 1,000 times more radiant than all of the ways that you think you have to win at life. Your heart is being tortured by something, though, maybe because you tell yourself you aren't good enough or deserving of happiness. It's saying you do deserve happiness, but no one is going to hand it to you. You decide you deserve it, and you just choose to claim it. The pain here is trying to tell you something, though, and it's going to come to an end when you finally hear it out and let it have its say. Maybe you feel unseen, or has something disappointed you? Have you disappointed yourself? Have you avoided processing a past loss? Do you have anger that you haven't expressed? But whatever it is, you have a check engine light on here, and you might need to take some space and some time for this. All those things that I listed are examples coming through, and so if any of them resonate, then that's what the pain is trying to tell you. And once you sit with it and acknowledge it and set about healing it, the alarm can stop going off and allow you some peace. But primarily it's stemming from looking outside of yourself for something that you won't find out there. The peace comes the minute that you stop seeking, and it's like you sit down on it. Your heart, it doesn't want to wander anymore. It doesn't want to carry this pain anymore. And it's asking you to stop withholding joy and happiness from it until you receive some arbitrary permission from the outside that's never going to come. Or even when it does come, you don't trust it or believe it. The claiming of happiness comes first, and then the world reflects back to you whatever it is that you're looking for. All right, I hope that helps stack 3, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you.